On this video tutorial, we're going to walk through the installation of rConfig version 5 from start to finish. From setting up your account and API keys in the portal to installing and verifying the rConfig version 5 installation. To get started, register your account on rconfig.com. Go ahead and log into the portal. I've got a demo user set up. I'm going to log in with that user. When you log into rconfig.com, if you don't have your billing set up, you'll notice you've got this convenient little task list here right on the dashboard page, which walks you through the steps getting up and running with rConfig v5, from billing to retrieving your API key, and some help documentation links here as well for either version 3 or version 5. Right now, we're going to get the demo user set up for billing, and then we're going to go ahead and retrieve the API key. So log into the billing section. Billing, you'll notice, is secured by the Stripe payment service. Contact me if you're entitled to a discount code, and we'll use a dummy credit card number for the purposes of the demo. When you have all your information entered correctly, go ahead and click Enter, purchase a plan. When your payment method has been confirmed, you'll notice that you've been subscribed to the Pro plan in this case, and that is highlighted in a number of areas in the portal. You can click on invoices to view your invoices. As this is a dummy transaction, there's none here at the moment. And there's other features in the portal that you'll be entitled to access as well, but I'll go through those on another video. For today, let's go ahead and grab your API key. You will need this for the version 5 installation. Your API key can be named anything you need it to be. It's arbitrary. I'll just call this key 1 and click create, and the token's created. Okay, so click copy or copy the text. Let's copy to your clipboard. I'm going to jump over to Notepad++ here, and I'm going to paste this in just to save it for later. Now, at any time, if you lose this key or you need to regenerate it, you can go right back in here. You can delete the key and recreate a new one, and you can use that new one for your existing rConfig installation at any time. That key is linked to your account, so any misuse of that key is recorded. Okay, so let's get over to the documentation for a quick look. So I have detailed steps documented in rconfig.com/docs, and we're going to just go through those very quickly. There's a couple of things worth noting. So I'm in the OS setup piece, and I support CentOS version 7 and 8, and Ubuntu and Debian flavors will come in the roadmap in the future. System requirements are all laid out here. All software dependencies are right up to date, so please don't come along and ask for PHP version 5.6 support or anything like that. You won't get it. There's some other requirements. So before you get set up, it's ideal if you have a host name for your server in DNS. It's better for Apache and other system configurations. Get your API key from the rConfig portal, which we just did. Have a database username and password. So if you have a standard one, fine. Otherwise, create one and have those ready. And you will need internet access for the installation and upgrades. You can turn off internet access if you wish in between upgrades, but you do need it for upgrades. I do highly recommend a minimal install of CentOS 7 or 8. And depending on whether it's CentOS or Red Hat 7 or 8, there's different ways to set up that minimal installation. But I've got those documented here as well. And we're not going to go through a full operating system installation for the purpose of this video tutorial. Once you have your operating system set up, I have some scripts that we can get running on the server just to install all of the software dependencies, and it's a tight script, which means basically you will only install the dependencies that you exactly need for rConfig. So I've got my server set up demo v5.rconfig.com. Let's get logged in there. Let's have a quick look at the version of operating system, and it is CentOS 8.1. I think at the time I recorded this, it was CentOS 8.2 was the latest release, but this is good. I've got my IP addressing set up. I've got my host name set up. Demo v5.rconfig.com. So everything's good. So I'm ready to go. Okay, so let's head back to our documents. I'm going to grab this code. I have a nice convenient little copy function right here. So copy that. We'll go right back and paste it in now. First thing to say is when I paste it in first time, it's going to ask to reboot the server straight away. So let it do that and paste, and let's watch what happens. So primary goal of this video tutorial is to give you a visual indication of how the installation process should work. So you can see right now it's done. It's after undertaking that first initial reboot, so that should be fine. We give this a second, and it should come right back to us. In which case, we go back, grab that script, and run it again. And we've rebooted successfully. I fast forwarded the video just for brevity. So let's paste in those commands. Let's retrieve those commands again from those same commands from the docs, and let's get those pasted in. And this is the longest portion of the installation where all of the dependencies are downloaded from various repositories on the internet, such as MySQL, Red Hat repositories for PHP, etc. Right. So I just want you to visually review this. Let's talk through it. So right now, it's updating the operating system, all of the various libraries, etc. on it, just to get their latest versions. A little bit like doing a Windows update. So we want the latest software on it. Any security issues, etc. We want those out of the operating. Getting Supervisor installed, which manages some of our queuing software behind the scenes, and getting some more scripts such as PHP, etc. updated. So just going to talk you through it. There's Supervisor being installed right now. That's important. There's Apache being installed right now. Obviously, Apache is a web server. That's important. And we're just setting up MariaDB, otherwise known as MySQL, which are not the same but similar. Okay, this is the database engine getting completed. And installing PHP 7.4. As you can see, once the initial operating system upgrades are applied, the rest of the installation is pretty quick. Very little, if any, in the way of errors. The OS installation script should complete all the way to the setup of the database. I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, all green, all good output. That's exactly what we want to see. Installing Composer and Laravel Envoy, which is our scripting tool to automate the deployment of rConfig. Starting all the services. The final thing we're going to do is set up the database. So small little wizard here to go through. If you have your database username and password handy, We're going to use them right now. So let's answer the questions. So enter current password for root is always blank, so hit enter. Set the root password. Yes, we would like to set the root password. Set your root password right now. Type it again a second time. Oops. Okay. Remove anonymous users. Yes, please. Disallow root login remotely. Yes, please. Remove test databases and access to it. Yes, please. Reload the privileges table. Yes, please. And that is the operating system deployment completed. I normally like to reboot at this point, which I will do. Clears out any cached issues or permissions issues or anything. And then we'll give rConfig, the server, a second to come back up, and we will continue with the deployment.